This number 13, y'all. 13. That's that crazy number. That's that crazy number. So it might get crazy tonight, might get a little crazy. But welcome back, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming back to watch some Yo Hero, whether you're watching it live or you're just watching the replay. We're cool with it. But I gotta bring in the homie from the east side, live from the Slap-a-Hole tribe. You know this guy. We don't die, we multiply. You hoes better recognize. What up, Mac?
What up, though?
What up, though? Chilling. Ready to talk about this comic book, shenanigans that's been going on out here. It's all kinds of crazy comic book news, action figures, different stuff we're going to talk about tonight. But we can't do the show without the man from Skunkle, smelling like Funkle. He ain't your mother's brother. What's the word? That's Uncle Bird.
Evening, gentlemen. Evening.
What up with y'all, man? I'm just out here a little bit with my head in the clouds. I can't get it together tonight. I'm a little bit slow.
I know the feeling. It's all gloomy outside. This is do some dough between your toes and tap with.
Yeah. So let's check this shit out. Let's see what we got at first. First on the table, we're going to talk about these new McFarlane Collector's Edition Superman figures announced. Trying to see if, first of all, I want to see what Mac think about these Superman action figures, Yeah, you got a whole lot to say.
He's still trying to figure out who it is.
I figured he'd be interested in the one on the top.
Yeah, right. I know.
Why this dude got a nutsack for a head, though? Like, what's up with that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with
this is
Tumor.
Crazy.
He looked like Tumor Man. Yeah, I don't know. Are these like multiverse versions of Superman? Chat, let us know if y'all in the chat. Let us know.
I mean, the other kind of looks like the older Superman. I mean, from like the bottom right hand picture, he looks like an older kind of Superman. But
yeah, like I never seen no lion head Superman. That's crazy.
No, me neither. But I'm sure they had it at some point.
Yeah, but come on, the nutsack head Superman.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That's wild.
That's too much.
Wild.
Tumor Man. I ain't buying that.
They're like a super brain Luther.
What up, Penny K? Yeah, I don't know.
The whole line out is just I don't know. I don't know about that.
Just when I think DC can't get weirder, sometimes they show me they can get even weirder.
Penny's saying that's Christopher Reeve.
Was that before
Christopher Reeves?
Yeah, that's.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
It might look. It looked more like the. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It looked more like the 1950s.
That's what I said, like the old man Superman, where he's just like he's like a dad.
He's just somebody dad in blue tights. All right, so next from McFarlane Toys, they had this exclusive Target Gold Label DC Multiverse Superman, which I think looks better than the last ones we just seen. And then Hawk Girl.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's obviously the movie version of the Superman.
No, that one's not.
I'm pretty sure that looks like that dude. I mean, he ain't got the wide chin like the old man did in the other one. He's got more of a narrow face. He looks a lot younger. And obviously, since they're having Hawk Girl in the movie, that she's even though she's sporting more of her kind of like her original costume, the colors and all.
Neither of these two are based on the movie. These are just like comic book versions.
Well, I mean, I guess
I personally think Superman looks better on this version of him than
that Superboy.
Nah, he look better here than he do here. Tumor Man.
Nah, that's the best one.
You like Tumor Man the most?
I figured he got kryptonite poisoning or something.
I don't know what's going on.
That look like a straight scrotum sack on the top of his head. That's crazy, bro.
I can't unsee it.
It's terrible. Yeah, so and then also coming from McFarlane Toys, they got now these are based off the Superman. These are based off the Superman movie. You got Ultraman, who is going to be fighting Superman, and then you got Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor.
I'll tell you what, both of those.
That's who, man?
Both of them do. Lex looks beastly. And that dude just looks cool.
Who's that in the suit?
Ultraman. So, and then people are speculating that Ultraman, after he, that might be just one form of him. And then after the suit's beaten off, taken off him or whatever, he gets beat up or his mask comes off, he could be Bizarro under there. Or a clone of Superman or something like that, so. There was even people speculating he could be, what's his name? Doomsday. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
I could see, Zod or somebody like that, but I mean, no way that he would fit in that suit.
Yeah, so I could even see Bizarro. I could see him being like a clone Superman in a mask so nobody knows. You know what I mean?
Yep. And we have seen the clones before. So, different versions.
Hey, G, thanks for stopping by. Jumping in the chat.
Yeah, well, maybe next week, not too far away.
No, it's not. And then we got our first look at Metamorpho in a more evolved form, I would say,
What are you thinking, Mac? Metamorpho. Elephant Man, bro. like a poor man's absorbing man.
Yeah. Well, the Element Man, I don't know if he could. I guess, he's pretty much like an absorbing man. He could absorb and become different elements.
Does look like, he looks like he could do more than one at once. So.
Yeah, he's Max giving him the thumbs down.
Man, that's the dude right there. Look at him.
Oh, thumbs down. I don't know. I mean, Bird's got a point though. But Absorbing Man can do multiple elements at once too.
I didn't think so. I think maybe like his ball and chain that he could do different, but I don't think he could split himself up into different.
Yeah, because I've seen pictures of him having one hand metal and one a tree, or his leg like a tree trunk or something. I've seen stuff like that.
No, maybe they've been doing them differently. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm old school, Mr. Joe Fixit beating him up in Vegas or something.
But so far, I don't know about Joe Vegas or any of that. What?
Joe Fixit.
Joe
the Grey Hulk.
The Grey Hulk.
Yeah. Some of the Hulk comics where the Hulk was beating Absorbing Man. I don't remember doing all that, getting smashed.
Probably not in that story arc, but yes. So what I can gather so far, it seems like Mac is not feeling any of the Superman stuff. He's not liking any of it.
No.
Well, you're probably not going to like this much either, Mac.
What is this? Oh,
You got
no.
Lilo Stitch coming
No,
out.
bro.
They
No.
get fried. Superman, Lilo, and Stitch, bro, right there.
Well,
Right for you.
Baby what?
You got Baby Kaiju,
Bro,
and
why
you
is
got Baby
bro,
Joey,
come on, man.
and Mac. They're actually looking for a daddy. So I didn't know if maybe you were thinking, you know,
No, but I ain't get daddy. I don't know they mama for it. I don't know nothing they mama, so don't even try it.
don't even try. I'm just
Don't
saying
even
the one on
try
the
it.
right, the one on the right could
That's
be your child. I'm just saying the one on the right could be.
No, hell no.
Yeah.
That, look at his feet. Look at his hands. No. And look at his face.
He's got your ears.
No. Just because it's of my complexion, I am not that creature's dead. Oh, cut it out.
I thought he said the one on the right. I thought he said the one on the right. I was gonna say I don't think anybody in Mac's family got them green eyes.
So we know, like, we seen the kaiju in the trailers. So is there a baby kaiju in this to baby group people? It's a James Gunn movie, you know, where people are gonna be like, oh, the baby kaijus. Like, you killed their mom, now you gotta raise the baby kaiju. I don't know. I have no idea. Or they and then baby Joey, I heard, could be Metamorpho's son.
Okay.
I don't know. And then you got, you know, crypto in this too. So I think they're really trying to win some kids over in this movie, like, you know, get kids to like Superman that didn't grow up with him this generation. And I don't know what the plan is with these characters, but they look
This
wild.
is gonna scare kids.
Yeah, well,
That's
maybe.
gonna scare kids.
I
Look at
mean,
his feet. Look at his hands.
they are terrifying. I'll agree. I'll agree with you. They're terrifying, but we'll have to see the movie, bro. You might come out of the movie like that. It was stupid, but I liked it. You know, who knows? You know, think about it. If I'd have told you ahead of time, like, you know, a lot of people didn't know what Groot was, a talking tree, and now everyone like knows Baby Groot. You know, so or even Grogu, Baby Yoda, like it's just one of them things. So I do I like the images now currently? No, but I'm seeing them out of context. After I see the movie, I might dig the characters. I don't know, but right now, right now, I'm not feeling some of the Superman merchandise. You know,
I like the detail, but about it.
and then we looked at these before, you know, but this is some kind of these aren't artists. Or these aren't like pre-renders or nothing from Funko. These are actually out of the box, you know. The Fantastic Four, but there's no Galactus there, which kind of is upsetting because that was the one figure I liked the most. The thing looks dope though.
Yeah, I thought it looked good in the other one too. I mean, the other pictures or the renderings they had. But yeah, still probably not gonna pick them up. But
nah.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, Hasbro Pulse fan stream is going to be live at 11 a.m. So if you're into these Marvel Legends figures, or you know, you collect any of them, or you just want to see what's coming out next, you know, they're going to be definitely debuting some Marvel Legends series figures. But I also heard, you know, there could be some Transformers announcements and some other things. So if y'all ain't doing nothing or you're on your lunch break tomorrow at 11 a.m., probably check that out. What?
No, I'm saying I'll check it out. I won't be on doing them. Never mind. Just Continue, sir. Don't mind me. I'm just talking out loud.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. It's a live stream.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And disappointing news, like I was really upset about this, is, you know, the Black Panther game got officially canceled today by EA. And this was being developed by Cliffhanger Studios, which is you know, EA ran studios, and the studios is Cliffhanger is now defunct. Like, it's not even, they basically canceled that whole department. And as a result, this game was canceled that they had been working on for quite a while. And I remember seeing a couple of little images, you know, and it looked pretty good.
So now we ain't gonna get it.
And I highly doubt it.
That's
the way
trash.
the way EA is, I highly doubt it. You know, everyone's begging for Battlefront 3 right now, and they ain't giving them that, you know. So
that's what happened.
yeah. I mean, I don't expect Battlefront 3 to come out overnight, but even if they said, okay, we hear you guys, you know, we're going to get DICE working on it, you know. But
screw EA, son.
Yeah, EA, we know how they are. Money hungry, money hungry.
Yeah, because they ain't made enough money.
Yeah, they're all about them microtransactions. And then this leaked image for Godzilla X Kong Supernova kind of leaked online. I was wondering if y'all think it's legit. It's just like an artist rendering, you know, and what you think of the space Godzilla kind of design. Absolute silence. Thank you, guys.
Trash. I think it's trash.
I don't like it. I mean, it has a cool look, but I just don't like it for any kind of Godzilla thing. It just looks.
He just looked like he just came out of Antarctica, out of a deep freeze. That's what the fuck he looked like with yellow eyes, and he got somebody was pissing on him while he was frozen. He's mad about it, and they got it in the
Whoa, that's dark.
Whoa, wait.
Whoa, that's what he looked like.
I appreciate it.
I don't think anybody's given Godzilla any golden showers. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
He got a golden shower on his forehead and his eyes, and he's pissed off about it.
What the hell? What the hell? All right. What the?
That's how he looks to me.
I was gonna say I was not excited about this movie at all, but then once I kind of seen I think it's it's just an artist kind of rendering, drawing, you know, it's not even meant to be super vivid or, you know, show extra detail, just kind of I'm just seeing like this crystalline kind of structure he has for the spikes on his back, and I don't know if they're like evolving his entire kind of like being to this space Godzilla form. I'm just like, at this point, I'm so unhappy with the Godzilla Kong franchise where I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. If he's got crystal meth growing out his back and he's shooting crystal meth fucking atomic breath, at this point, I don't care. Just let him breathe fucking, I don't know, nothing in space. I don't know if he can fly out to space. If he's, I don't know where they're going with this, but at this point, I'm just like, fuck it. Just go all in. Fuck it,
Yeah. I mean, I like, I mean, it's a nice picture, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really look like Godzilla, in the head area and stuff. It just, I don't know. They could have gave it better, like, something a little bit more to look at least,
Yeah. Well, a lot of times, some of these pre-renders are just some scribble scratch somebody put on the paper or whatever. What? Right, go ahead. I didn't catch that technical.
No, go continue. Just
So I gotta go.
watch
So now I gotta go back and watch Yo Hero to catch that technical. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, sir.
That was crazy. That
That's
was
not
crazy.
what we do. That's not what we do over here. I can't believe
Yo,
I
you
didn't catch
crazy,
it.
brother.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Who,
TJ,
at
Come
least
on, man.
at least let
I
me know
can't
who
believe you
is
didn't
being
get it.
called on Bird and not me. I didn't.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It
It's
wasn't
definitely
okay.
being called on this guy. Not
Well
this
then,
one.
we just
This guy.
Great.
Yeah.
and then we got the unused suit for J.J. Abrams' 2004 Superman Flyby movie.
Wait, what? This is a suit that's not used for a movie that didn't come out? Is that what you're saying? Or they didn't use this in a movie that came out?
It didn't get used. It was going to be a J.J. Abrams Superman movie called Superman Flyby from 2004. And actually, Henry Cavill tested the suit out, and Brandon Roth, who both played Superman, they did screen test in this suit. But it's the first time, I think, that I know of, first time I've ever seen this suit. And it was going to be an on-screen Superman suit. And I kind of wanted y'all's opinion. What do you think of it?
It kind of looked like the one Nicolas Cage was going to wear when I saw
Right?
him as. That's what it looks like to me. But other than that, yeah, I'm glad they didn't use it though. But that kind of looks like the one Nicolas Cage was supposed to wear.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, because that was going to be my input. Was going to be, yeah, remind me of the Nicolas Cage, the canceled Superman movie he had. Bird?
Man, I don't know of the suit that was canceled by him. I don't like it. I think it needs some color. He needs some red boots or something. Just to, I mean, the whole suit. I just
Or you
I
just
it just needs some red boots or something. It's just too yeah. I don't know. I don't like
did you just slap your mic?
Yeah, it sounded
possibly.
like it. It definitely sounded like it.
Yeah, I think as much as people bitch about the James Gunn suit, it looks a lot better than some of these alien kind of Superman suits they were going with.
Yeah.
I'd rather him be wearing an actual superhero costume, Superman. But I'm old school like that. And then, DC Studios put out 2 new posters for Superman. You got your Clark Kent and Superman posters. I don't know if y'all got any input on this. I really don't have much to say. I mean, I think it's a cool play on the Clark Kent Superman thing, but they should have had a phone booth or something like that, I guess. But
Right.
maybe
You
that's
shouldn't have been. You wouldn't have been standing out in the middle of the goddamn New York or DC, wherever the fuck, metropolis people doing that shit.
I mean,
Okay.
maybe depending on how fast. Yeah, he's fast enough. I mean, I guess he could do it as blink of an eye. You know what I mean? Change outfits, but and then now that I think about it, I guess there ain't phone booths nowadays, so that kind of wouldn't make sense. So
Porta potty or something.
So is his hair being on the left as Clark Kent part of his disguise? Is that what we're supposed to like notice?
Yeah, he switches up his part based on who he's playing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not Superman. Look at my hair.
Superman don't have this.
Exactly. That's funny.
And then Entertainment Weekly dropped a couple new images. Not much to be said here. Just on set with James Gunn, Nicholas Hoult, and Henry.
Beast. That's who that guy's always going to be. The young Beast. That's who he's forever going to be every time I see him on the screen. So I don't know. Y'all can call him whatever y'all want. That's Beast to me, buddy. Young Beast.
All right, well, you can call him Beast if you like. I don't know. I'll be honest. I never really liked his Beast too much.
Oh, because of how his feet looked when he rolled them out in front of them the first time. I know.
No, first of all, I don't really care for feet. regardless. I'm not in defeat. Like, I'm not in
Oh, so
defeat.
you was definitely upset when he pulled his feet out. Then I could tell how you just said that. I don't really care for feet. Them was some hideous feet.
No.
That's buddy.
That's how Beast's feet should look, but it was more like his face, you know, like I don't think they ever got his face right. But I'm just talking about his performance. You know, I like Kelsey Grammer way more. I think
because he sounded and played the part because he sounds more like Beast. Like he fits the role better. But I'm saying like, for the younger version, he did okay to me personally. I'm just saying I was cool with him playing the younger.
I guess. I mean, he was average at best. I just felt like he did a lot of whining to Mystique and not. Yeah, he didn't quote no poetry or no, you know, stuff that like Beast would do. He didn't say anything very eloquently, you know, like he just wasn't well spoken in that sense, you know. He was just like a nervous nerd, and I don't know, like I like my Beast to be very articulate and very, you know, and like I said, speak very eloquently, you know what I mean? And I like my Beast to quote Alfred Lord Tennyson. All right. So if Kelsey Grammer could quote Alfred Lord Tennyson one poem, I'd be happy if he did that in Doomsday. Like even Kelsey Grammer, remember when he was like, when he finally had to fight in X-Men The Last Stand, he like started to make some like real political quote or something, you know, real righteous quote, and then he was like, "Oh, hell with it," and then he started to scrabble with Wolverine.
Yeah.
You could tell like he wanted to you know, talk some sense into these idiots, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
But I do think Nicholas Hoult, like I said, I think he's gonna kill it as the Lex Luthor. I think he's that is a part that he's better for than
better suited for.
Yeah, than Hank McCoy.
I think Hank McCoy should have been at least somebody a little bit bigger, you know, because basically he's the Beast with the brains. You know what I mean? Even when he was in high school, he was just bigger. He was like, you know, he's just like a bigger, lanky. I don't know, just so yeah, he's just too small. That's why he looked nerdy, I think.
Yeah, the Beast was, but even before he got the blue fur, he was a big dude.
That's what I'm saying. You know, high school, he only got the blue fur because he took that whatever that mutating serum or whatever gave him a second mutation. So, I mean, that's how he got a second mutation, as far as I know.
All right, Mac, you're taking over. You read the banner.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Mac wouldn't do anything to get Superman's pants. Even
who is gonna even buy this? Like, who's gonna buy that, bro?
Look,
who's gonna buy that, bro? Because if I see any of my friends with collecting this, I'm gonna be looking at them sideways, like, what's going on?
They're licking their finger for the popcorn butter.
Like, yeah, come on, bro. Like, bro, who told them this was a good idea, bro?
So you're telling me you wouldn't be interested in digging something buttery out of Superman's trunks?
Fan art shows concept for a potential popcorn bucket for Superman reboot. Like, who would wear this? Interested in digging into something buttery out of Superman's trunks? No. Buttery out of his trunk. That's wild, bro. That's a technical foul. Now, this whole slide is this is a technical foul. That's trash.
Yeah, y'all cannot sell these at Regency. Y'all can't sell these at AMC.
Nowhere, bro. No, don't nobody want to buy that. Like, that's crazy. Who would eat that shit, bro? Eat popcorn out of Superman's trunks, bro. Come on, man.
Digging something buttery out of Superman's trunks is crazy work.
That just sounds wild, bro.
You see it in the chat. Bro. That is crazy. That
Yeah, it
is
is.
crazy.
It is. That was wild. Even
Yeah,
for concept art, like who came up with this concept? I know it would be a great idea. Having Superman's trunk with buttery stuff in them and eating out of them. Like what?
Finger looking good.
and you're gonna look real crazy asking for extra butter on your popcorn with it holding this. That's crazy.
Put a little extra salt on there too while you're
I
at it.
swear, if I see these in any theater and I see grown men walking around like going to their seats to smile with these, I'll be like, that is crazy.
I'll 3D print one for Mac to send to his house.
That's terrible. Do not do
Bruh.
that. He will return the sender that package immediately.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, so we got Ironheart. That's next up from Marvel, you know, and on Disney Plus. We got Ironheart coming out June 24th. So that's in like a month for us. We'll be starting to review each episode of this. And I'm pretty sure they said the first 2 episodes are dropping the first day or something like that.
I seem to like to do it like that. So we'll see.
And then after Ironheart, we got Eyes of Wakanda coming out in August. And Entertainment Weekly dropped some
Interested. I can't wait to start watching.
Yeah, we got some images from Entertainment Weekly on this, you know, and so you get to see it. No, this is actual artwork. This is from the show, so you get to see the animation style and you know all that.
Yeah. I mean, some of it looks nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it looks like a Disney movie. You know what I mean? Like it's high quality animation. You know, to me, I like it. I like the color choices they're going with. You know, it's almost it's a vibrant but muted color palette. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, just some of it. I mean, at least with the clouds and everything, kind of that painted background feel. You know, I don't know if I'm a fan of it. We'll see what the story's like.
I'm definitely gonna check it out. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I think there's 3 more releases from Disney this year. We got Ironheart, Eyes of Wakanda, and one more thing. I'm forgetting what it is. I don't know why. But yeah. And then next up, you got actress Kristen Ritter spotted on the set of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Y'all know who that is, right?
Jessica Jones.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gape it, Jessica.
Whoa.
We all know who Jessica is, buddy. Jessica Jones.
She gaped it for Luke Cage.
Oh, she probably did.
But yeah, they were fucking.
He said, yeah, they were fucking. He said it.
There was an episode or 2. I'm almost positive. But yeah, we speculated for the longest, are the Defenders going to return, you know, so this is, you know, solid. Got one. This is solid proof. Yeah, we got one back. We up one, son.
Only one.
I'm happy to see her back, you know. I know Penny K, that was her favorite out the Defenders series. That was her favorite. She liked it more than Daredevil, all of them.
Yeah, well, I will say it's probably underrated. I mean, they had the perfect villain. I mean,
oh yeah,
perfect guy to play him. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, that first season was almost flawless, you know, and yeah, he was one of the better on-screen Marvel villains. To be real, he really was, because he was just fucking with your head.
That was one of the doctors. That was one of the doctors from Doctor Who. probably one of the
Okay.
best ones. So I
Okay.
mean, he played that really well, and I like his stuff, but I think it was really really good. Actually, one of the doctors was the other dude in Morbius who he was fighting was one of the doctors too.
You mean Netflix, Penny? You mean Netflix? But yeah,
Well, I
it's,
thought he
it's,
was.
She said my
yeah,
favorite Disney series. It wasn't on Disney.
yeah. Well, it's on Disney Plus now,
Yep.
so
Yeah, it is. Wow.
technically, it is a Disney series now.
Yep.
Like if you watch these too, they took all the Netflix branding out of them too. Now when you watch them,
Nice.
yeah, I'm hyped to see her back though. You know, so moving
Definitely.
on.
Domino's getting their own series.
I ain't say
Oh,
that. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. But what I will tell you is rumors are going around that Zazie Beetz, who plays Domino from Deadpool 2, was spotted on the set of Avengers Doomsday.
that's crazy.
That's nice.
He said, "I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say you did."
I mean, highly underrated character, and I love the way she played her.
Well,
So.
before you jump to conclusions, let me set up the slide and let you know what's going down, because I know. All right, I know. I got my ear to the Marvel streets. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Head on a ride.
And my people told me to tell you that they seen her on set. Now, now this is what I will say. It's just a rumor, you know. But what I will say is, because they brought back a lot of the Deadpool cast in Deadpool and Wolverine, but they didn't bring her back. And I feel like she would be perfect to bring back for an X-Force movie. And with Deadpool, you almost don't have to over-explain why these people can come back. And with her, it's even easier. She's lucky.
Yeah.
She made it to the MCU. Why? She's lucky. That's all she has to say. Move on. You know?
Portal happened to open up in front of her. She walked in, and there she was. It's just anything, you know?
I mean, Deadpool can ask her, like, how the fuck did you make it here? I'm lucky. And he'll be like, what the fuck is luck? Luck's not a superpower, you know? And then you move on. So I thought she was great in the role, and I'd love to see her back, bro. She did kill the Domino role.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, because just how confident she was that everything was just going to work out at that point. So it was just like, yep.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong for her.
Like I said, I mean, she played that way too well. I mean,
yeah. And with him adding the commentary over it while she was doing it, like, you know, him talking about luck ain't a fucking superpower, and you know that's not cinematic, and she's doing the most cinematic shit ever in the movie while it's happening. Yeah, so I definitely want to see Zazie Beetz come back and reprise her role.
And I wouldn't mind seeing one of her tits pop out while she was doing the role.
Oh, he wants to see her have a wardrobe malfunction like Miss Nasty. You know what I'm talking about.
Who would have an argument with that? Who would have an argument with that?
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and her whole shit came out live at the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, you guys wouldn't mind that. That would be a nice little, you know, scene if she was in a fight doing the stunt and one of her tatas, or maybe both of them pop out while she's fighting.
Oh no, that was both.
Huh?
At this point, Mac would settle for a little bit of areola on the side.
Exactly.
Maybe a half-hard nipple sticking through the shirt. Just see the outline.
Oh Lord. And then next up, you know, let's get this out of here real quick. We had Marvel Studios put out a brand new promo for the NBA and the
continues as the Fantastic Four arrive at the Baxter Building. Will they make it in time for tip-off?
Statistically speaking, the team that wins Game 3
Why are you taking the elevator? I could just fly there.
Now pressing it more times does it make it go faster?
Nope, but flying would, so. Statistically speaking, we don't make tip-off. There is a 100% chance that Johnny is going to be too fired up.
I didn't know you were into stats.
See? Worked.
Okay, just helping Herb in the kitchen.
You?
Gotta have delicious snacks for the game.
Don't do that. You're gonna ruin your appetite.
The story continues as the Fantastic Four arrive at the Baxter Building. Will they make it in time for tip-off?
Statistically speaking, the team that wins game 3
Why are you
has...
taking the elevator? I could just fly there.
Now pressing it more times does it make it go faster?
Nope, but flying would, so.
Statistically speaking,
We don't make tip-off. There is a 100% chance that Johnny is going to be too fired
I
up.
didn't know you were into stats.
See? Worked.
Okay, just helping Herb in the kitchen.
You?
Gotta have delicious snacks for the game.
Don't do that. You're gonna ruin your appetite.
The story continues.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I like it because I think you're getting them family vibes. Like I said, this movie, I think right there, just that little interaction of them in the elevator. Johnny's being a smart ass, but not an asshole like Chris Evans, you know.
But what was the thing? Why was he explaining himself when they got upstairs? Like, what was he doing? Talking about he was just helping who in the kitchen? A robot?
Herbie.
Ben Grimm was. He was cooking dinners. It's
Yeah.
probably precursor like to the
Yeah.
scene where he's
Yeah, like,
tasting.
Why do he got to explain that? Like, what was he really doing up there? Things to make you go, Me personally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, speak for yourself on that one. I saw it just like Bird did. It was a precursor to the scene in the trailer where they're making spaghetti. But
Hey, you can have your own fantasies all you want, Mac. You can have them to yourself. Don't have to share it all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
oversharing a little bit at a time. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was dope. You know, a little NBA tie-in too, which is dope. You don't get that a lot in superhero stuff, you know. Conference
I'm sure
finals
it was a
tie-in.
win-win for both of them because they're trying to, you know, have people go see the movie, and you know, a lot of people watch the NBA and just crossover and stuff. And,
Well, yeah, that's the idea of promo.
yeah, well, yeah. Just like,
Great breakdown. Jerk off.
yeah.
Cold-blooded. Look
It
at
be
that.
your own. It be your own people, bruh. It be your own people.
Wow. He's really trying to make me out to be a monster.
It be your own
It
people.
happened.
You know what? Fuck you too.
What'd you
alright?
do?
Fuck,
Double
Oh, that's crazy.
fuck both of y'all.
Tell us how you really feel. Bud. Tell us how you
Get 'em
really feel.
fuck yourself.
Whoa, fuck you too. Fuck me. Fuck you. We're all cussing each
Fuck you,
other out.
and
the
fuck
rest of the
you.
street. Hey man, fuck you.
Fuck you, 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 fuck you,
And then we got this.
Is that Deadpool? Is that Deadpool on your shirt?
Hold on.
No, that's Bob Ross.
One band. One
I was
town.
talking to Six, not
One chaotic concert. The world will never forget.
Is it difficult dealing with all these different personalities?
It's colorful. Yes, it's hard to keep them reined in, but honestly, that's a part of the music.
Discover how the Killer Nuts became the sensation they are today.
I feel like we're legends already. It's monster power. It can't be defined.
This is
No, I'm cool.
Becoming Nuts.
Now streaming on Nuts Plus.
Shocking allegations against BTH of organized crime connections and heinous environmental abuses.
Who the fuck is ruining our show?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm there. We're there. We're going. Definitely.
Toxic Avenger this August, unrated in theaters. The reboot. I think it looks dope. It looks crazy. It looks fucked up, which is what Toxic
But
Avenger
yeah,
should be.
Traumaville, man. It's got that. It's got the newer Traumaville vibe. I like it.
Yeah, like I think this was just like, you know, this is trying to introduce you to probably his villains. You know, he's gonna end up fighting these fuckers. He's like Juggalo kind of guys, you know.
Well, I was gonna say it's not going to be the same origin story type thing where he fights the same kind of group of bullies or whatever. So
Killer Nuts was crazy.
I mean,
I thought it was almost that Class of Nukem High feel to it at first. I'm like, it's gonna be something like outrageous and
Nuts.
Oh,
Total B movie.
I mean, yeah, but the first one was, you know, so
yeah. First one at the time wouldn't be even called B.
I don't want this to be you know, a Marvel cinematic kind of movie. I don't want this to be a DC Studios. I want it to be a B movie, low budget, kind of fucked up, you know. And you might have some of the aspects of his original origin in there. These guys might be the ones to like bully him at some, you know, who knows? It could be a gathering of the Juggalos type event, and this guy gets, you know, thrown in some thing of acid, and now he comes back and kicks their asses at their next festival or whatever. Who knows? Because that's what it looks like. You know, a fight. He comes to their concert and just tears shit up. You know, for this nuts, this nuts group. Pause. That's crazy. But I love how his mop just bust dude's fucking dome, splatter like a fucking watermelon.
I just hope they have a good mix of actual practical and obviously they're going to CGI a lot of stuff, but like his suit is practical. I like it. You know what I mean? He's not the big hulking kind of one either. He looks like, you know, like a little dude running around.
Yeah, it's Peter Dinklage playing him.
I know, but at the same time, it's just like you expect him to grow big, you know, Dinklage as, you know, when he was Melvin the Mop Boy, but I think he even has a different name in this one.
I'm kind of liking the twist on it, you know. It makes, like I said, you know, Peter Dinklage, I think he's got dwarfism or whatever they call that, you know. So giving them kind of a little hero to rock out with, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm liking all the fresh ideas plus some, you know. I'm hoping they keep some of the classic stuff in there too.
Well, like I said, it definitely did have a Traumaville feel, you know, trauma movies.
Yeah. So then, you know, we have this Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, we know just got delayed. So Avengers Doomsday was delayed until December. It was supposed to come out in May of next year, and now it was delayed, pushed back to December, which...
So do you think they're going to change anything in Spider-Man? Because it's supposed to have some kind of ties to it. So it's like, okay, well, how are we going to show this before we even get to that? Or
yeah, that's the thing. Like, basically, Spider-Man, you know, was supposed to come out between these two movies. We know that, you know, release date wise, they had it planned to come out between these two movies. Now, as a result, it's going to come out before these two movies. So I think honestly that, you know, that might have had a lot of reason to do with it. I think remember how I said they'd plant Spider-Man in between the movies and have it maybe end at, you know, where it was concurrently happening with the events of Doomsday, kind of like Ant-Man did with Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think instead of doing that again, they might have said, you know what? Why don't we give the whole creative team, the directors, the actors, the editors, special effects team 6 more months to really work on this, you know, get it to where, you know, basically, you know, they got the proper time to work on a movie of this budget and this, you know, this kind of ensemble cast, you know, to really get it right and refine it and get a good product for the fans, because Marvel's in a kind of like do or die situation nowadays, you know, it seems like. And then I think instead of confusing fans on where Spider-Man falls continuity wise, they'll just have it take place before Doomsday, you know. And continuity wise, it'll come out before Doomsday now too. And I think it just kind of frees, you know, it frees Spider-Man up from any restraints that Doomsday might have put on a, you know, movie. Because they've been saying for the longest they want it to be a street level movie. They don't want it to be, you know, big multiverse tie-ins and all that. So I imagine this is liberating for, you know, all the people working on Brand New Day to know, okay, cool, we don't have to worry about Doomsday too much. We could just tell a Spider-Man story.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, with the heroes that we are speculated being, or the villains that are speculated to be his guys, are more, you know, not as threatening as some of the other ones. Not that Tombstone's not a badass, but like if they pick those characters, then you know they are more street level. They're not really high, but
right, they're not cosmic villains. So, and then, you know, we got this potential new logo for Secret Wars, and Secret Wars, as a result, was pushed back to December 17th of 2027. You know, quite a ways back, you know, but
and I guess I did hear that they're, I don't know, like I said, a lot of rumors going around, but they might do like a Avengers movie before this.
correct. Yeah, there's speculation at least that people are saying that, you know, this puts so much space between the movies that they could potentially make this almost a trilogy. So instead of having, you know, your Infinity War Endgame, you could have Doomsday, something in the middle, and then Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll happen, you know. Only way I see that happening is if the Russo brothers sat down and said, we need Secret Wars to be a 2-part movie.
Yeah.
And they're literally splitting their story in half because it's going to be a 4-hour, 5-hour movie if they can't cut it down to 2.5-hour movies, you know?
Yeah, I think I did hear it said that, you know, they're trying to keep it, you know, 230, 250 area or whatever at most. You know, where they didn't want to go really, really beyond the 3-hour mark if they could.
Yeah. Mac, you got any thoughts on them pushing Doomsday from May of 2006 to December of 2026?
To what?
6 months later.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out May of next year, Avengers Doomsday. Now it's been pushed to December of next year, which as a result pushed Secret Wars to December the following year from May. And now Spider-Man 4 is coming out before all these movies when it was going to come out between them.
Yeah, that's stupid. What was the purpose of that though? No one knows why they pushed them back.
There's no official word. We just know that the dates have been pushed back. They moved from their summer date to a winter date. And I personally, I'm just speculating that they want to tighten up the movie. They're already shooting this movie, so
I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
partially.
Not Secret Wars. They're shooting Doomsday. So, but by pushing Doomsday back, they have to push back Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is I think they just need more. They're already filming this movie. They know the cast. They know the X-Men cast, the Avengers cast, this big story they're telling with Robert Downey Jr. They probably went to Marvel and say, hey, give us 6 more months to just, you know, make sure we can get all the reshoots, all the promo, everything right, you know, and not rush to meet a date.
Yeah,
and
but I think that's only a partial reason.
Okay, so what's the other reason?
It'll be a Christmas movie.
Yeah, like who wants to be getting out in the fucking winter going to see this when we could have been
That
in the summer?
it's a big movie time around Christmas. Even the garbage movies usually get a good showing just because people are going out at that time. A lot of people have off.
He's right. Yeah, people got holiday
Yeah.
money and people got time off work, and December makes a lot of money at the box office. But we do know that Endgame and Infinity War were summer blockbusters, and they hold records as a result of that. So for them to back off, they're that they own
what's
the
Spider-Man?
summers.
But what's Spider-Man's release date then?
It's the same, I think.
Me mad. Me very upset about this. Me don't like it. I'm very, very angry. Very angry.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, the next news we got, is our main topic of the day. Every week I told Bird, it seems like first they said brand new day, villain's gonna be Mr. Negative, and then the last show we did, they were talking about the Lizard, or not the Lizard, the Scorpion, Tombstone, Boomerang. Now they're talking about this guy Max got up in his camera, the Hulk, growing up with his homie Spider-Man, for the next movie. And now when this came out, this came out from Nexus Point News, and they said it's not just going to be a cameo, a substantial role.
Oh, Marvel team up.
Mac, what do you think about Hulk teaming up with Spider-Man?
I'm cool with it. That would be dope to see on screen. I'd be excited to see that.
Are we going to see the Incredible Spider-Man?
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would
get his big Hulk hands on. Got his mask
cool.
on.
A lot of fans pointed out. Are you punching your mic again?
Yes, I am.
Will you chill out with that? Yeah. A lot of fans pointed out that Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland haven't even interacted in the MCU. Like, they haven't said two words to each other yet. So some people are saying it's kind of an odd pairing.
That is interesting because they have not. I come to think of it, they have not even had 1 second of fucking interaction.
No, not at all. So
even though Tom Holland has been around some of the Avengers, at the airport he was around the ones he was with capping on it, but yeah, Hulk was not there for that.
No, he knows of the Hulk, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But how much does Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner know of Spider-Man? I don't know.
Probably enough. I mean, Stark took him under.
Him and Tony might have talked about the kid before.
Yeah, that's true. The science bros might have had to sit down about some science nerd kid.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm just like, my mind instantly goes to Thor Ragnarok, when I think of this concept, and I love Thor Ragnarok. It's actually probably one of my, I want to say, top 5 Marvel MCU movies. And I think Hulk plays really well as a co-star, as a sidekick, more so than a main star of his own movies, It just seems like when you tell that story, a solo Hulk movie, it's almost the same story, just a different version. And I don't know how, I've never seen a trilogy of Hulk movies to see where that could go. So I have no idea what that would even look like, but, and then there's also the rights issue where Universal has the distribution rights to any solo Hulk movies, and Marvel did a deal with Universal to do that first movie, and apparently Marvel doesn't want to do that again based on how it went the first time. So I think their way around is shoehorning Hulk into all these other, properties, whether it be Thor Ragnarok, the Avengers films, so on and so forth, so the Hulk can get his screen time and get some, story arcs, whether it be Professor Hulk or whatever, you know what I mean? But I don't know I have no idea what this movie is about, Brand New Day. That's kind of where I'm at with this, is like every week it's a new rumor. Somebody new's in it. Somebody, Black Cat's supposed to be in it. This person, Mary Jane's supposed to be in it. Scorpion, Boomerang, Tombstone, Mr. Negative, Hulk. Like, what is this movie around?
Well, I thought Hulk was supposed to be like almost the villain, like he was turned back into Savage Hulk or something. But
Well, everyone wants Savage Hulk back, but Marvel hasn't came out and said, yeah, we're bringing back Savage Hulk and he's going to be in Spider-Man. It's all speculation, bro.
well, everything. That's what we're speculating right now
No shit.
with all the rumors. That's what I'm saying. There's good validity to speculation a little bit.
Well, Nexus Point News, you got real media outlets that came out and said Ruffalo's playing, a significant role in this. So I imagine there's some validity to that, but how significant is significant? You know what I mean? Is he going to be the Hulk, or is he just going to be Ruffalo? Is he just going to science bro up with Peter Parker? Is he going to be some people speculated he might be Peter Parker's going to college and he might just be his professor.
I might see that. I mean,
bro, you can't have Mark Ruffalo in the Spider-Man movie and not have him Hawk out not one time. Come on, man. That would be just pointless.
I agree. That's kind of a waste, right? But maybe something happens, while he's on the college campus trying to save people that makes him go back to Savage Hulk mode. That could be dope.
Remember what happened the last time he was at a university? Remember what happened the last time he was at a university?
The Hulk, yeah. Yeah, he about tore that university in half, yeah. That was like the first Hulk movie, though, right?
Yeah. Second one, too.
That was Eric Bana, right?
No, that was
when he
Norton.
threw Tim Roth against that tree and just splattered him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Eric Bana was out of college too, wasn't he?
That's true. It was a university. So yeah, he's been in college. They've had him in college at different times in the MCU.
And I could totally see, like, a lot of fans said, hey, Bruce Banner don't have Tony Stark funding him. He's got to earn $1. He could go the professor route. He's smart enough where he could be a college professor teaching kids about gamma radiation.
I mean, he was a professor. Like I said, wasn't they professors? Wasn't him and
Professor Hulk?
Yep.
He's Professor Hulk currently. So we'll see how this plays out, But I definitely want to see Savage Hulk back sooner than later. I just don't know if they're going to wait till they can make him a villain, Like when they wait till after Secret Wars.
I don't want to see Mark Ruffalo with Spider-Man. I'm just saying. Like, he cool. It's cool and all, but if he's going to be in the movie, I need to see my boy at least.
Would you settle for Professor Hulk again, though? That's the question.
No, I want Savage Hulk. I want Rage. Rage.
Yeah. See, that's the thing.
I don't want Professor Hulk.
If you go to this
get that
movie,
nerd up out of here,
yeah, if you go to that movie and it's Professor Hulk, you might be more pissed off than
I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to give it a bad review. I'm going to talk shit. I'm going to talk shit on whatever episode of Yo Hero we on after that. I'm talking shit.
See, I'm one of the people that I don't really mind the Professor Hulk story arc, but I feel like it's time for that arc to end. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't mind. I didn't mind it for a movie or two, whether it be or even like I didn't mind it for
The
Endgame. I
original
didn't
Hulk.
Professor Hulk. I didn't mind for Endgame. I didn't mind the twist for that movie. It's from the comics. It doesn't bother me. But and I didn't mind it in She-Hulk. But now I feel it's time for that story arc to end. Like, okay, you did it. He was smart and Hulk form, but now he needs to no longer be able to contain the Savage Hulk. This
Or
is
another version of the Hulk. I mean,
a
he's had
world breaker Hulk, a planet Hulk type,
Planet Wrecker Hulk. Yeah, I want to see that on cinema.
Yeah, world breaker Hulk, bro. That's what
Well,
I want.
they had a Devil Hulk. I mean, they had we met the one below all or whatever stuff.
But you're right. They definitely need to bury that Professor Hulk shit. Like we're over that. Like y'all, he made enough appearances.
It's just not entertaining, really.
Like I said, I know I'm in the minority here. I just didn't mind it for Endgame. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. That's a cool way to do Professor Hulk.
Listen to your parents. Say your prayers. Eat your vitamins. I want to see the Hulk do it all.
But Dab.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, but I just thought it was funny for that one movie. I don't mind a story.
No, it was cool for the movie. Don't get me wrong. It was cool for that movie, bro. I'm saying.
Like somebody had to put on the Thanos glove and be able to take that and survive
that
it.
was
You know
cool.
what I mean? Yeah. So and he was smart enough to to put two and two together. Savage Hulk couldn't have did that. So I don't mind it for that. I just feel like now after She-Hulk and all that, it's dead. Like now it's time to move on, and I don't care where we move on. Whether it be Mr. Fix-It, I don't care. I just want to see something new with the Hulk now,
It's Joe Fix-It.
He goes by Mr. Fix-It.
Oh, Joe Fix-It.
Oh wow. Y'all don't argue? Y'all don't fight about it?
Listen.
Joe Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It. Do we need to Google this right now?
I think
they're fighting.
I think we should.
See, that's when we need the chat to hop in.
Yeah.
This is when we need.
Yeah, Joe Fix-It. I swear they called him Mr. Fix-It too, though.
I'm sure maybe in the comics some of his underlings or whatever would like, yes, Mr. Fix-It. I'll go kill that guy or get the money.
Yeah, I mean that's what I remember.
It was always Joe Fix-It though.
Yeah, so but I don't think we're ready for that. I don't think.
No, I think that would be like a some kind of crazy spin-off that maybe in a short animated or like
even a rebooted, in the rebooted MCU, when you're doing a new twist.
He never did any superhero stuff. He was just kind of the crooked side of him.
A big mob boss.
Bouncer. Yeah, bouncer, mob boss, fixer of all things.
So, we can't really review this. This ain't that kind of show, basically speculation discussion show, just wanted to see what y'all thought about it. I don't think it's a bad idea for the Hulk to be in a Spider-Man movie. And also, another thing that kind of supports this rumor is supposedly the part of the Sony Marvel deal is Sony gets to use an MCU character in each of their Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we seen Tony Stark in the first one. We seen Doctor Strange in one. Nick Fury in one.
Yeah.
So it kind of supports us.
Yeah.
Although fans wanted to see the Daredevil Spider-Man team up, I think, a little more.
Yeah. I mean, Hulk and Spider-Man, have been in the same team before. But
I think the Daredevil Spider-Man pairing's just a little better,
or even any of the Defenders or anything like that. I mean, they were all in the same city. Obviously, they worked together at some form of time with each other.
All right, y'all. So I want to shout out Penny K and G for jumping in the chat. Appreciate y'all always coming by and supporting us. We'll be back next week for more. Yo!
Hero.
A little bit of hero.